What is up, everyone? It's Dan here. Welcome back to another episode of Guitar Talk. Roll that intro. What is up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of Guitar Talk. So today we are looking at the new for 2023 Maple Neck Silver Sky, and not only Maple Neck, but new colors as well. Checking out the specs at the body on this, it is obviously an S-type body, but with the PRS scoop. You've got 3 single core pickups in there. They are the PRS S-type 635 John Mayer pickups. We've got 1 volume and 2 tones, input jack, PRS 2-point trem, 5-way switch, 3-ply scratch plate on this, and then on the back we've got the SE Silver Sky John Mayer back plate. This one is the new nylon blue color. Going over to the next side of things on this, we have got obviously the maple neck with the maple fretboard on this one, 22 frets. It's got the 8.5-inch radius and a 25.5-inch scale, and it's also got the PRS SE non-locking vintage style tuners on there as well. So obviously I've done the rosewood fretboard version before. This is the maple fretboard, which a lot of people have been waiting for ever since the rosewood version came out. And obviously I can see why, because some people prefer maple fretboards, some people prefer rosewoods. I am mostly a maple fretboard on a strap person myself, so this is a welcome addition to me. It retains the same neck profile as the rosewood version, but just with the maple fretboard, so it's a little bit of a different feel there. It's a very, very well put together guitar. So obviously this is the SE version, just like the rosewood version was, of one of the most polarizing releases the PRS have ever done. A lot of people still hate that PRS did a Strat style guitar, but the funny thing is last year the Silver Sky SE was one of the #1 selling electric guitars in the world, massively outselling a lot of the Fender equivalents. So I personally can see why. It's a very, very well-built guitar, and when you pick one of these up and play it, it just feels so addictive to play. One of my favorite things about the 2023 release of the Silver Sky SE is the new colorways that you can get. I loved the stone blue that they did with the older versions of the guitar that they released, but this is definitely my favorite color so far in the nylon blue. In the flesh, it is really cool to look at. I've also seen the overland gray in the flesh, and I think the color schemes that they've come out with now, the paint that they're using, it just looks more expensive than what the older versions of the guitar were. So in terms of looks, it is definitely a step up this year. Playability on this straight out of the box, all I've done is stretch the strings in a little bit. I had to tune it a couple of times while I was doing the little playing clips, but I was playing it for a good 45 minutes, and it is a very, very addictive guitar to play. As I said, the intonation was in, the frets feel really, really nice. It's got what I would call quite a low strat action, which I know some people get concerned with the 8.5-inch radius, that you won't be able to do big bends and it's going to choke out, but not at all. It is very, very playable, as I said, and just like the American version with the 7.25-inch radius, nice low action and not a single issue with choking on this. Setup on this straight out of the box, it has been set up very, very well. As I said, all I had to do was stretch the strings in a little bit and tune it up. I tuned it up a couple of times while I was playing it, but there is nothing that I could do to this to improve the setup. It is exactly where I want it, and not to bag on another company beginning with F, but the guitars that they have, which are more expensive than this, made in a factory in Mexico, I am finding more and more often that those guitars, when you take them out of the box, they've got sharp fret ends, they need a little bit of work doing to the setup, all that kind of stuff. I know every guitar is going to be different, so I know some of you watching this will say, hey, I bought one and it was great, but obviously I unbox a lot here, and more often than not, I'm finding those guitars need a lot of work, whereas this is just perfect straight out of the box. It's just great. There's nothing else that I can really say about it. I've unboxed 3 of these today, and all of them have been exactly the same. They've been very, very good guitars. Top marks there for PRS on that one. Sounds and tones, I mean, at this stage of the game, you kind of know exactly what kind of tones you can get out of this style of guitar. You can get all of those funky tones, bluesy tones, rocky tones. These 635 pickups are the same pickups that were in the previous iteration color scheme of the guitar with the rosewood fretboard. Nothing's changed there. They are the Far Eastern made version of the USA pickups, and they are just very articulate, vintage voice style pickups, but you don't get that harsh high end, especially on the bridge pickup, that you get with some brands pickups. It is very, very usable to the point that you can crank the gain up. I've seen a lot of metal players and hard rock players playing Silver Skies, and the SE is no different. You can get those kind of tones and convincingly play those styles on this guitar with no issue. Play one of these live, absolutely no problem, no shadow of a doubt there. When I say play it live, as I always say, I mean, if someone handed me one of these and said, you're going on tour for 6 months, going on tour for a year, you can only play one of these. I mean, I would love a humbucker in the bridge just for some more flexibility, but that is not this guitar. And if I had to play this style of guitar and someone handed me one of these, then I know it's going to be great to play, it's going to be really comfortable, it's going to stay in tune, it's going to sound great. And I don't know, some of you saw the videos from John Mayer's solo tour that he did last year or earlier this year, but he had a prototype SE maple neck version with him that he was playing live on tour, and that held up perfectly well. And I've got no doubt from the quality of this too will hold up very, very well if you were to take it out on tour. So would I play it? Absolutely. It's worth pointing out the neck on this is a satin neck, so if you like gloss necks, then this might not be for you. The birds on this particular model are like a grey solid bird, which I quite like. It looks really modern. It's a nice refreshing take on the PRS birds. The neck is quite a nice big rounded C-shaped neck. It fits nicely in the palm of your hand. It feels a little bit chunky down at the 12th fret, but it's very, very addictive to play. At first when I picked it up, I just thought, oh, that's a big neck. I forgot how big these are. But as soon as you start playing it, you forget all about that and it just feels very, very comfortable. Is there anything that I don't like about the guitar? For me, it's just the plastics on the guitar, the very thin feeling plastics. I think the idea behind them is that they just resonate really well and it just adds more resonance and tone to the guitar in every way possible. But personally for me, I would like to have something that feels a little bit more rugged. I know some people have been playing these for 2 years now and they are still going absolutely fine, but it's just the feel for me. I would like something a little bit more there. But other than that, everything on this guitar is just a perfect S-type guitar for me, especially at this price point. I think PRS continue to completely knock it out of the park where these guitars are concerned, and I know it's been controversial, but I don't get the controversy behind these because loads of guitar companies, as I've said before, Music Man, Sir, even Ibanez, loads of companies make this style of guitar, and I don't see why PRS can't do it as well, especially with the build quality that they are known for. Straight out of the box, as I keep saying, this has been a very, very addictive guitar for me to play, and if you can try one out in person, then I recommend it. Obviously, if you like gloss necks, it might not be for you. If you like skinny necks, it might not be for you, but give one a try. And other than that, let me know what you guys think in the comments, and do all those YouTubey things, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, help us grow and all that jazz. Other than that, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.